I'm looking in the middle of the spiral. And as the spiral spins, I want to hear everybody count with me down from 15. Ready? Everybody in the room, just keep looking right there. Let me hear you. 15, 14, 13, 12. Keep looking at the middle of the spiral. 8, 7, 6, 5. When you get to number 1, you're going to do what I say. 2, 1. Look at my head. How many people saw my head get bigger? How many people saw that? Put your hand up high. Ooh, about half the room. That tells me those people are the people that I can hypnotize. Those are the people that I can control. Those are the people that perhaps I can make a suggestion and they will see what I'm thinking. Put your hands up again. Who saw my head get bigger? Put your hands up. You saw my head get bigger? You did. What's your name? Ita. Pardon me? Nita. Here's a deck of cards. I'm going to suggest something to you. Am I suggesting a red or a black card? Which one do you see in your mind? Black. A black card. Most people pick red, but you picked a black card. You're difficult sometimes like that. Is it a spade or a club? A spade. And what spade is it? 2, 3, 4, all the way up to ace. What one should it be? What's the 3 of spades? Look, everybody. I have a pack of cards. And there's the 3 of spades in here somewhere. It's right there. That's not the trick. That would be a terrible trick. But this is incredible. Because look, the 3 of spades. I'm just going to tuck it right here. Just going to tuck it right there. I'm going to show you, what color are these cards? What color are they, everybody? So why did you pick the only blue one in my deck? Perhaps it's because I suggested it. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. All right. Before I came in here, do you still have the envelope? Yeah. Where's the envelope? In your bag? Do you mind bringing it on up? Radhika, come on, a big round of applause, everybody. Now, we never set this up. Is this true? No. We didn't set it up. But we have met before. We met before at the CSA event. So we met before at the CSA event, and she came up to me in the hallway, and she said, it's so good to see you again. And I said, it's good to see you too. And then I said, oh, wait, I have something for you. And I gave her an envelope. And you've had that envelope in your pocket the whole time. And you haven't opened it up and looked inside. And you haven't told anybody. Perfect. Not even to your husband. That's a good thing. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you the microphone. And in the hallway, I asked you to think of the name of somebody you know. Anybody at all. And you had that name in mind. And you haven't told anybody in the room. At all. Can you say the name into the microphone, please? Tell me the name of the person you were thinking of. It could have been anybody in the room, or maybe somebody in the neighborhood, or somebody at work. Say the name into the microphone. Shrikesh. Who is that? Say who that is. It's your son.
It's my son.
Your son. Okay. She could have picked anybody. Who did she pick? I want to hear everyone say it. 1, 2, 3.
Her son.
Her son. And what's his name?
Shrikesh.
Very good. Could you open up that envelope, please? Because there's no way I would know who she would pick. Inside this envelope that she's been holding the entire time is a folded piece of paper. Could you take that piece of paper, please, and open it up? Because there's no way I should know who she picked. What does that say? Ladies and gentlemen, the power of mind reading. But did you know fake? Ow, you got a grip. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, can you help me out? Stay where you are. I'm going to show you that she can do this too. You can read my mind. I'm not kidding. Watch. You can read my mind. These cards were developed for testing mind reading. Different shapes that you can think of. Clearly, each shape is different. You can't mistake a circle for a star. If you can mix these up, face down. Now, I'm allowed to look. I'm allowed to look. You're not allowed to look. Well, you can look at the back, but not the front. And I'm going to take these out. Make sure you don't cheat, not that I don't think you would. And I'm going to mix these up. And I'm going to put them in whatever order I want. I'll put that one there. And I'll put this one here. And then I'll maybe put this one here. And this one here. Okay, so now we have 4 cards that I can see. Pass me one card. Anyone, any one. You've already mixed them, and now you're going to pass me a card. What one should I put this in? Number 4, 3, 2, or 1? Where should I put that? 2. You were thinking 3, weren't you? Yeah. I thought so. I can see inside his mind. That's a scary place inside your mind. I don't want to go back in. Okay, the next one, please. Number 1, 3, or 4? Really? You don't want number 1? Okay. The next one, please. 4, the star, my favorite. And finally, the one that's left. Are you happy with these choices? Really? You see, next time, you don't need to hire me. I love coming here and entertaining, but you can read minds as well. You see, folks, we all can do it. Every single answer correct. Give her a big round of applause and thank you for coming on up here. Kind of cool, weird stuff going on. All right, how many people here are avid readers? Like, I'm always on the road. I travel around the world. And when I'm on the plane, even if I'm taking a short trip, you're an avid reader? Come on up here, young man. I like to see a young man reading, not sitting on the computer all day. I travel around the world. I've traveled pretty much everywhere, and I'm always reading. I'm reading. I don't read on a tablet either. I read an actual book, because the mind retains the information better when you read it from paper. Did you know that? It's a weird thing the way our brains work. So I've read probably, I don't know, 200 books in the last year, give or take. Every airport I go to, I buy books at the airport. People give me books. Books have thousands of words inside. And I brought with me some books today. I brought with me 4 books. And we're going to use a couple of them. The first book is about mind reading. The second book is about baseball. The third book is about movies. And the 4th book is about murder. It's a crime book. So we have 4 books. Which one would you like to use? Whatever one you pick is your choice. You're shouting out murder, murder. How old are you? You're like 6 years old. Mind reader. You're going to read the book on mind reading. Okay, so how many pages do you see in that book? What does that say? 190. Okay. I'm going to flip through the pages, and you're going to say stop on any page. Ready? Okay, don't tell me. Just look at the page number. You got it? Okay. Now, I'm going to get rid of this book. I don't know what page number it was. Don't forget. We're going to use the microphone as well. I want you to shout into the microphone in a minute so everyone can hear you. You're as tall as I am, you see? Short people. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the book on murder now. And I want you to open this book, sir, to any page you like, except his page. Now, I know you don't know what page it is, so think about it. Look at me in the eyes. 92. Is that your page? Any page except 92. Go for it. But don't let me see. Hold it up in front of your eyes. And now, say stop on any page in this book. Go for it. Look at the first word. You see it? And they're all different, right? It's not like the same word on every page. Okay. Think of that word. Now find a word on the page you have the book open to, longer than the word he's thinking of. The word you're thinking of is, don't say it, keep saying it in your mind, 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 slightly. I'm not going to tell them the other word you thought. Okay. Now, trying to get you in trouble. Okay. Do you have a word longer than slightly? What's your name? Rohan. Yes, that is your name. You're correct. Okay, now close the book. Think of your word. Pass it back. Folks, I don't even know what page he's on. I don't even know what word he thought of. I have no idea who he even is. But I'm going to try my best to guess. And you're going to do it too. You are also going to read my mind. Watch. Think of your word. Think about spelling the word across the air. Think about like as if you're a child and you're watching TV and they're showing you how to read a word and the letters are just, they're coming. And you're thinking of two words in one, aren't you? I thought so. Yeah. She your wife? Your sister? Two words in one? Why do I see an M? What's the first letter? A V. I see why I see an M. I see why. Watch. V. But an M has a V in the middle, especially if there's an I next to it. It looks like VI. Is it VI? Then D. It is, isn't it? I'm going to try to guess the whole word. You're thinking of a word, video, don't say anything. Don't say anything yet. Shout your word out loud. Video cassette. What does that say? Video cassette, everybody. Just by looking at you. But you can do this too. Watch. I'm not kidding, you really can. I'm going to write a word down on this piece of paper. I'm going to write a word down, and you're going to see it in your mind. I'm going to write it right here. I'm not going to tell you what word it is. I'm going to put the pen in my pocket so I don't change my mind. And I'm going to give this to you. And I'm going to ask you to hold it. And don't give it back to me under any circumstances. Perfect. Actually, can I have it for a second? Good. 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 All right. Young man, there are 188 pages in this book. Say a page number into that microphone. Go for it.
179.
Ooh. Come here. 179. No one ever picks the numbers far in the book. They always pick the middle numbers. And all the pages are different, aren't they? And that page is 179. I'm telling the truth because they don't believe me. Some do, but most think I'm trying to trick them. All right, watch. Say stop whenever you want. Now say stop on a word. Read that word out loud into the mic.
Hide.
Hide, like hide and seek. Or hide your thoughts. Hide and seek. Hide. Thousands of words, ladies and gentlemen. Many, many choices that you could have picked. Had you picked a different page, it would have been a different word. If you'd have picked a different line, a different outcome. Hide. H-I-D-E. Correct. Earlier on, I gave you an envelope, and in the envelope was your son's name, but that's expected. That's why you hired me. But him, I don't know if you've ever practiced mind reading before, but you're good at it. Open up that paper. Hide. The very word that you found is the exact word, everybody, on the paper. Give him a big round of applause. You did amazing, my friend. Me a high five. Thank you. You can go on back down. Give him a big round of applause again. All right. I don't know how many people here remember on television a man by the name of the Amazing Kreskin. Does anybody remember Kreskin? You don't remember Kreskin. You might remember Kreskin, sir. Of course. If you're a little older, and if you lived in Canada in the 70s, Kreskin was a celebrity mentalist. You remember him? And Kreskin, I used to watch him growing up. I was maybe your age, and I would come home from school, and he would be on television. And he used to do what I'm doing now. And I saw him do something one day that changed my life forever. You see, what he did was like a superpower. I almost thought it was real. I thought, if he can do this, maybe I can do this. He went on TV and he had some spoons. He had some spoons. And he had some spoons, and he asked for somebody. He asked for somebody. He asked for you. You. Come on up here, sir. Come on up here. Give the gentleman a big round of applause. Come on up here. He asked for somebody to come up on stage, and he asked that person their name. What's your name? Shrikant. I want you to take one of these spoons, Shrikant, anyone you like, and make sure it's real. Check it. And I want everyone to watch this carefully. There is no other spoon, and that is real. And then he took the spoon, and he asked everybody in the audience to think the word bend. Nice and loud. Let me have everyone think the word bend. 1, 2, 3. No. Think the word bend. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You two, you gotta think it as well. 1, 2, 3, and think. Think. Bend. Bend. And then he bent it with his mind on TV. He took it, and he thought about it, and he rubbed it. And as he rubbed it, it kept bending. It kept bending. It kept bending. And I freaked out. I thought, this is impossible. How is he doing this? It's a fake spoon. That's what I thought. But is it a fake spoon? Is there any bends in there, sir? No. There's not. Watch this. If you can come over here for a second, please. If you can put your hand out. I'm going to straighten it out. Close your hand right over it. Put your other hand on top. Put your other hand on top. Perfect. Now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Do not open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. If you open your eyes, it won't work. That's opening your eyes. Close your eyes. Trust me, I'm not going to hypnotize you, okay? Keep your eyes closed. Did you feel me tap you? Where did I tap you? Where did I tap you a second ago? On the back?
Yeah, the back.
Show me where on the back.
I cannot touch.
With one hand, show me where on my back. Where on my back? You felt me touch your back. Really? Did I touch his back? No. Whose back did I touch? No. I touched my own back and you felt it. Hey, he's kind of freaked out right now, huh? Now open your eyes. Now watch this. Open your hand. Open your hand. Just this one. Watch this, folks. The same way that he felt me touch him and I was nowhere near him, that energy, watch. 2, and watch. I'm just going to slowly turn that in your hand. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Open your hand. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's in a knot. 360 degrees that is turned into a knot. Somebody has a fork on their table right now. I want everyone to look at their table. Hold up a fork. You can take that back to your seat. Give him a big round of applause. Somebody pass me a fork. Somebody has a fork. Who has a fork? That's a knife. Who has a fork? You have a fork? Come on up here. Give him a big round of applause. Come on up here. Come up here. This is your fork or somebody else's fork? Somebody else's fork. Look at this young man. Come here for a second. Tell me. Is it bending? Is it bending? Is it bending? Is it bending? What do you see? Is it bending right there? Is it bending? Is it keep bending? It keeps bending? Isn't that? Look at that. The tine is bent on the fork. I was nowhere near it, folks. The tine is bent on the fork and I'm nowhere near it. Young man, put your hand out like this. You're going to feel your hand get cold right now in the center of your hand. You feel that, don't you? Right in the middle of your hand. 1, 2, 3. You feel that in the middle of your hand. You feel your hand closing. As I speak to you right now, you're going to see your hand is going to start to want to close. There it goes. Let it happen. Let your hand close. As it closes, you're going to feel it closing. As it closes, let it close. You're going to feel it closing. Let it close. Let it close as I count to 3. 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the impossible. That is his fork. You may have that and go back to your seat, but don't show the caterers. They're going to give us trouble, okay? I loved watching Kreskin on TV. He did stuff like this every day. I skipped school nonstop so I could watch him in the middle of the afternoon. But it paid off. I do this now every day. I come into events and I make people think differently. I make people think differently. What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? Yeah. Yeah. Pardon? Shouting it out loud? Come on up here. Come on up. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Come on up here. Come on up. Listen. I have to try this. I like to make people think differently. Come on up here. Now, my favorite show is not Kreskin. You would think it was. My favorite show is actually The Simpsons. But I don't know what your favorite show is. Do you have a favorite TV show of all time? The Family Guy. It's a good show. Now what I want you to do is think of another show, any other TV show ever, that you could have watched maybe last night or when you were a little girl. Could be any show at all. And I want you to print down the name of the show on that card and turn it face down. But don't let me see what you wrote. This isn't coming out of a book. This isn't coming out of a pack of cards. This is coming out of her mind. It could be any show. And I'm going to try to guess that show. And when you have that show printed down, let me know. It's face down, I can't see. Okay, pass it to me face down. All right. Well, what do you do? What is it you do? You work for the government, and this is a real show that you have written down on this piece of paper? Okay, hold your hand open. What do you do for the government? Ministry of Economic Development. Okay, good. I was glad you said that, not taxes. Okay, so, you have a show in mind. All right, I want you to think of the show, and I'm just going to give you the microphone so everyone can hear you. And I want you to just push this down because you're shorter than I am. Okay, so, think of the show, and think about when the show was on TV, but don't tell me. The show you're thinking about is about 25 years old. Is that correct? The show you're thinking about has something to do with an uncle.